All right, welcome back to the Nosebleed Section. My name is Joe. You know my boy Abood. You know my boy Kuz. We're gonna jump right in. This week we got a couple different topics that came up. So we're gonna kick to my boy Abood real quick. He's gonna update us on our fleece bracket that you guys, the fans, have awesomely been voting upon on your biggest fleece and free agency. So we're gonna kick it to him for a quick update, and then we're gonna move on to the next subject. Take it away.
Yo, what up, everybody? All right, so after the voting, the final four, the biggest fleece bracket, comes down to these four players: Jay Cutler, Brock Osweiler, Jamarcus Russell, and Albert Hainsworth. All really good picks. We're definitely going to put some more polls up on all of our social media, so be sure to definitely participate in the vote and let us know who you think is the biggest fleece out of these four guys.
So as you heard, we came down to the final four. We're gonna put up more polls. Need you guys to vote a lot on them. Make sure you go for Jamarcus Russell because that was my pick. Uh, always marking myself. I'm the host. I have to do it. We're gonna move on. We have the Russell Wilson situation. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have seen the contract offer he got. It, we're gonna kick it to Kuz because Kuz has some opinions about it. So I'm gonna step aside. I'm gonna let Kuz go ahead and say what he has to say. You see him smiling. You know he has something to say. Go ahead, Kuz.
Me personally, I don't think Russell Wilson's worth $35 million a year. Um, he's still got a lot of good football left in him, but I don't know, man. In my opinion, as much as I hate the man, if Tom Brady's not making that kind of money, no quarterback should be making that kind of money. That's just like, I don't know. I mean, I get it. The man takes mad pay cuts. He's truly is a team player. Still fuck Tom Brady though. You know what I'm saying? But in my opinion, as long if Tom Brady's not making that kind of money, no quarterback should be getting that kind of money. That's period.
Um, I like Russell Wilson. I don't really understand the I don't really understand the offense that they really run too much. I understand there's probably some different type of West Coast. They're trying to run behind the O line, but the O line's been in shambles for years. Uh, the way I see him play is almost like he reminds me of a playground quarterback or like a street quarterback. Like there's no like set play. It's just hike the ball and just run around in circles and avoid the rush. And then
And
you
just
see like
hike it and get open.
yeah, it's just you go run deep, you go run this way, you go this way, and like the play's breaking down, I scramble around, and I just throw the ball off to this guy, and he's wide open, like, and then somehow he breaks 13 tackles and runs for like a 90-yard touchdown, and everybody's like Russell Wilson, greatest quarterback in the history of life. Like, I don't know, this to me, like, he's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but like the trade talks and like the people that were saying the things, the numbers that they would offer for him, like the trades were just they're outrageous to me. Like, boo, what do you think about that?
All right, so first of all, like you guys definitely made really good points. Here's my whole thing. I think that he is worth the money. I just wasn't going to give him that money when I look at what my team needs. But if you look at Seattle, it makes sense. Pete Carroll has literally labeled Russell Wilson as the saving grace of Seattle. You know, they lost the Legion of Boom. They lost all of these defensive pieces. And all that was consistent with the Seattle Seahawks was that Russell Wilson was that quarterback. I read a statistic that said all but 1 year he's won 10 games in Seattle, and that 1 year he won 9 games. He's shown that he can do it without the superstar wide receiver. He's shown he could do it without the superstar tight end. He's shown he can do it without the superstar running back. The dude just balls. Like I don't know what it is about him. He's just gritty. He's not like your conventional quarterback. He's not going to go out there and air it out for 500 yards and 4 touchdowns, but you know, he's going to get you those total yards per game with the rushes, those annoying break the sack 10-yard rushes up the field to get the first down. It's what the guy is known for. Like I said, I'm not going to be the one that pays him that, but I can see why Seattle pays him that because they for so many years they've done the cheap quarterback system and let's stack the guys up on defense. That's how they won their Super Bowl, and that's everybody's biggest knock on Russell Wilson was that 1 year they won the Super Bowl, he wasn't even MVP. I think it was a defensive player that won MVP, and then that second time they were in the Super Bowl against the Patriots, instead of handing it off to Marshawn, we all know what happened. and that's been the biggest knock on him too. But when you look at what he's done for the franchise, I can understand why they gave him that contract. But like touching what you were saying, Joe, about like the trades and everything, I'm not trading for a quarterback on the back end of his career. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to do that. If he was still in that like 23 to like 29 range, that makes sense. If he's a free agent, though, it's a different conversation. I can see him getting that money in free agency from another team. Like I said, it just wouldn't have been my team. I don't see us giving him $35 million per year. But somebody out there, the Denver Broncos, if he was a free agent, are giving him $35 million per year. Like, there are teams out here. The Jacksonville Jaguars, look at what they just paid Nick Foles. Imagine if Russell Wilson was on the free agency market. He's getting that bag. I just don't know if I'm going to be the one that's going to give it to him.
And one thing I can say about Russell Wilson, I agree with you on this. The dude is a gamer. And if you watch the Seahawks play, like, there's no in between. It's either like Russell Wilson is playing like godlike and he's Superman, or like they're not winning the game. Like, they cannot win the game with him playing average or slightly above average. He has to be a Superman.
They live or die. They live or die at his feet. You're absolutely right.
100%.
Now, would you like? What was I gonna say? I mean, me personally, I don't again. I think he's a really great quarterback. Would you put him in the top 10 in the league right now, or has he ever been top 10? Like, where do you see him? And even if he's top 10, where in the top 10 do you think he is? I mean, obviously Seattle's valued him as that because they've given him the most money, in the league, or one of the top contracts in the league. But where do you see him? Do you think he's like? Do you think it's like Brady, Breeze, Rodgers, and him? Like, where do you see him? Like, Kuz, where do you think?
I definitely think he's in the top 10, but I don't think he's inside the top 5. I think you see him sitting somewhere from that 6 to 10 range. Top 5 quarterbacks is probably Brady, Breeze, Rodgers. Maybe not this year, but Big Ben was in the top 5 last year. Who else was I thinking of? I just had somebody else in my head. I think Phillip Rivers is up there. That's one player I would really like to see a ring before he goes. If any quarterback deserves to win a ring in this league, Phillip Rivers, man. Man, I feel so bad for that man.
You see,
I
do you see
do.
Mahomes over him or no?
I mean, now I would put Mahomes there, but like before the season, I wouldn't. Obviously nobody's seen Mahomes play a full season, but I would definitely put Mahomes in the top 5. I'd probably put Mahomes at 4. But with the way how young this kid is, and how well he's improving, even just like from his first year to last year, I think you'll see him in that top 3 category.
All right, I can see that. Abu, what are your thoughts on it? Where do you see Russell Wilson in this whole top 10 in the league thing?
Like Kuz said, he's definitely in that 6 to 10 range. I might even put him at 9 or 10. I would definitely have to like put a list together. There's still top 10 quarterback for sure, but definitely maybe like 8 through 10. I would probably put him. And just touching on what you guys were saying, call me crazy, I'm putting Mahomes number 1 right now. Dude just won MVP. If we're going into next year talking about the best, like, you can't say the best player in the league isn't the guy who just won MVP. So if we're talking about top whatever quarterbacks, if you want to talk about all time, it's a different conversation. If we're talking about going into next year, Pat Mahomes is number 1. That's my hot take.
Hold up. I have a question now with Pat Mahomes. I'm interested to see who he's going to be thrown to next year, because Tyreek Hill might be in some trouble with the league. He might get a hefty suspension. He might not even be on that team, depending on how this investigation turns out.
My whole thing is he still has Travis Kelce. It looks like they have a couple young running backs on that kind of took over after Kareem Hunt went down, or went out rather, with his situation. But the thing about Kansas City is that other than Tyreek Hill, do we ever really know who the wide receivers on that team is? Like, even when Alex Smith was there and they were making that playoff pushes, who they have, like Albert Wilson, receivers like that. So, and the thing about Pat Mahomes is, Jeremy Maclin for a couple years. The thing about Mahomes is I think that he's one of those guys that he can kind of make everybody around him better. He has the ability to, it's like where what he's shown from last year, he has the ability to get out of really bad situations, whether it's with like an unorthodox throw or whether it's like seeing something develop very late in a route. I just think that he's one of those game changers as far as quarterbacks. So whether it's any big names or whoever they get, I think they're going to be fine with him if he stays healthy.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. That kid's talent, I don't even think he's even hit his ceiling yet. That kid's talent is out of this world. This man made a 10-yard pass with his offhand, left-handed. Like it's just so much fun watching that kid play. Like that's another one who's a gamer. He'll give you 200% every game, and it's truly something special to watch. If I could ever go see him like play live, guarantee you I'll go see it.
I think, well, we saw Russell Wilson and we saw his that he got the deal and everything, but like these trade rumors, like, did you guys actually see a lot of these rumors that went around? Because I was seeing the most outrageous things, and of course, the main rumor was him trying to force his way to New York. And I saw people on Twitter, I saw like Giants beat writers, I saw all these different people just talking about what they would give up for Russell Wilson. I saw anything from people saying, "Oh, well, we'll give up 6 and 17." I saw somebody else say like 6, 17, a first next year, a second next year, or just people just giving the whole farm away. Like people were just like, "Well, we'll just write over the deed to MetLife too while you're at it." Like just give them everything, give them the rights and everything. Like
Hey, that's part of our stadium too, bud. We ain't co-signing to that.
Well, shoot, that would help us too because they declined the trade. That's fine with me. I'm not gonna give. I like Russell Wilson, but he ain't worth four first round picks. And that's what I saw too. I think it was the GM of the Seahawks. I believe I saw it was a rumor. He said that I would need at least 4 first round picks for this guy, like to just start negotiations. I was like, who's gonna offer you that? Like, I know y'all got something to say about this one.
Not me. I'm not offering him a damn thing. Here's the thing, right? Is that, and this is the thing that pissed me off, is that Odell Beckham trade and letting Landon Collins walk literally has let everybody think that our GM is just the most incapable. Just the fact that, the Giants automatically are the team that will make this trade to get Russell Wilson, that pissed me off to begin with. Second of all, to see, like you said, the trade possibilities or the trade packages we would have to put together. Fam, no, I'm not giving you multiple first round. I'm not giving you a first round pick for a quarterback in his 30s. I don't care what everybody says, how bad we need a quarterback. Guess what? I'm strapped in to go 2-14 next year. Because guess what? Jake Fromm, you're coming to us, buddy. We're drafting your ass. I don't give a damn I will go 2-14. I will eat shit for an entire year before I trade multiple first round picks away for a quarterback in his 30s. I'm not doing that. That's why, and that's the thing that kept pissing me off is that he wants to come to New York. I don't give a damn what Russell Wilson wants. It's not about what he wants. It's about what's logical for our future. You and Sierra, buy a fucking condo in the city if you love New York so much. Vacation here. Go to Times Square for New Year's. Watch the ball drop. That's great. I'm not giving you multiple first round picks for Russell Wilson. That's not happening.
Just so y'all know, I'm not gonna get into this scenario that Dre brought up to me right now because he's not here to defend himself on this. But just Joe, mark this down for the next episode when Dre's on here. Then we're gonna have a serious debate about that because I was low key pretty hot about that scenario.
I'm gonna write a reminder down. It's nearing draft time, but we want to get to. I want to hear all this. I think the fans need to hear all this because, from what I read, it definitely got real for a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we do this. It's all different personalities, all different opinions. That's why I like it. That's good. Like, if everybody thought the same thing, it would be boring. Like, so I mean, Russell Wilson, he's Russell. I mean, I don't know. There's no way. There's no way I'm giving up 4 first round picks for the guy either. Especially in our situation. Like, if you were a team that was on the cusp of the playoffs and you were just missing that quarterback piece, I'm not giving up 4 first round picks ever. But like, if you have 1 first round or maybe 2 first rounds, and maybe they're at the end of the first round, like if you're like a team that went 10-6, and you're like, hey, well, the better quarterback, maybe they go 12-4, and you have like picks 20 and 25 or something like that. Maybe you do that to bring in Russell Wilson, but I'm not the Giants. I've gone 2-14 the year before. I've gone 6-10 this year. We have to hit on like at least half of our picks this draft, if not all of them, and then we need our picks for next year to keep building that team. So I'm not going to trade 4 first-round picks at least. I'm not going to trade 4 first-round picks at least, along with seconds and thirds and fourths, to get a quarterback who's going to be 31, and then you can't build the rest of a team around him. Like, again, like I said before, you're going to have him and Eli together that are going to make almost like $60 million in your quarterback group alone. Between them two, so you have to, cut Eli after he's already got his bonuses and everything? It just counts for more dead money. So you're going to sit here and you're going to put $60 million in between those two people. Then you're going to have no first-round picks, possibly no seconds or thirds. You're going to have to start building a whole entire new defense, finishing the offense with 4th-round picks for the next 2 years. And then you want to sit here and talk about, I saw some idiot say, let's get the Giants to sign Russell and give him a 7-year deal. Like, so, yeah.
Trash. That is trash. like,
yeah.
They ain't even got to ask me if it's fire or trash. That shit is trash. Like, whoever that is, they got the same plug as UCF fans.
I don't follow him. Like,
don't talk about the national champs like that, bro. First of all, you can't talk about national champions like that.
I can't wait till college football season.
just 1 year. Yeah. I want to sign a petition to get them in the playoffs, so like they can like be humbled down for like back to earth. You know what I'm saying?
They need to cut a check and play an SEC team, the worst SEC team, and be humbled. That's what they need.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they did beat LSU.
That's going to be on the college channel, so we're not going to get into that right now.
Yeah.
Hey, this is all things football. This thing is the NFL.
Oh, you right. Oh, hey.
This is all things football. Hey, yeah. Man. We can talk CFL. We can talk anything else you want. Wait till the XFL starts. We can talk that too.
XFL just dropped a bunch of their rules. They actually have a chance to have a 9-point touchdown. They have like the touchdown, and they have three separate extra points. You can kick the field goal, you can go for a 2 from the 5 or something like that, or you can go for 3 points from like the 15-yard line or something like that, something along those lines. I think that's very creative, honestly. I think that's very interesting. So you have 3 choices after you score a touchdown to either go for 1 point, 2 points, or 3 points.
Hey, real quick, Boo, did you see the Giants side of it? Not the Giants. One of the XFL teams, they announced ex-Giants offensive coordinator Kevin Kilbrive as their head coach of the New York team. Did you see that?
I did not see that, but
yeah,
that's kind of, I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, that's dope. Like, great, represent, but it's like, really, fam? What a fall from grace.
I was wondering where Kevin Kilbrive went. I haven't seen him. He was the first year of McAdoo, or was he gone before McAdoo got here? I think it was the first year of McAdoo.
I think it was the first year of McAdoo.
Oh man, that guy. You said fall from grace, man. I don't know what happened to that guy, but he's coaching the New Jersey, New York XFL team. He's the head coach now.
You know who would be? My bad. Go ahead.
Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
You know who would be a great XFL coach, and it just came to mind right now? That coach that got fired from Miami for sending the video to his stripper girlfriend with the white powdery substance. Allegedly. That dude would be a great XFL coach. I would be, are you kidding me? I would be, if I was like the Miami XFL team, I'd be like, fam, you already know everybody down here apparently, so you might as well come in.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yo.
We gotta move on.
Yeah, my bad. This is a kid show. My bad.
It's a family show. It's be a family. G-rated. Oh my gosh.
We pushed like TV. We pushed towards the TV 14.
Oh my god. You'd be a great coach in like if it was NFL Blitz. That's when you'd be a great coach. You get hurt, you go to the sideline and you want to play. You want to sit out 6 to 8 weeks, or you want to inject steroids and be good to go back in the game now. Put the steroids in my back and let's go. Let's pull it up.
It's like, huh? What?
Speaking of that, like
dehydration. Just go ahead, hit this one.
Speaking of that, I don't know, for whatever reason, I hear like XFL and I think of like NFL Blitz. Or like Blitz, or like Blitz the League, where you could like pick which area to shoot them up with the steroids.
Facts, yeah.
That's what I was saying. He'd be a great. That guy you just mentioned. He'd be a great coach of one of those teams. That's what he would be good at. When the guy comes walking off with his hand backwards like this, and he's like, "Hold up, all right, go back out there." That's what he would be good at. It's like, bro,
this guy needs a. This guy needs a new agent, man. Somebody's fucking his money up, honestly.
Yeah, for real. How do you gotta get considered for that position? Hold on. Okay, all right, here we go. That's gonna give me for the
yeah.
All right, we gotta move on because we gotta talk about the NFL schedules. As I know, a lot of you guys have seen, just dropped tonight. And the first thing I saw, it said NFL schedule got released, and everybody in the NFL got screwed, except Super Bowl champion New England Patriots.
Oh, no way. Go figure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You didn't hear about that? Yeah, man. So they have the easiest schedule in the league. Wonder how that happened. Well, we're going to go through the list. We're going to go through, pick a couple teams, talk about. We'll go through the Patriots' challenging schedule, and then we'll go through, for some reason, the Raiders have the toughest schedule. Like, I don't know what they did to anybody. I don't know what they like. I don't know. Goodell must have been a Khalil Mack fan or something. I don't know what that's about. But I believe, Boo, you have the Patriots schedule up. You want to quickly skim through those games they're going against, practice games against high schoolers, I think it was. What was it?
Before I get into the schedule, I just want to say, for all New England Patriots fans, a storm is coming. I just want that to be said. One day, all of these coercions and all of these attempts and all these little games are going to come to an end, because you know what? Tom Brady's going to retire. Roger Goodell. Belichick. He's not going to be there forever. And when it happens, they're going to hit a serious drought, and I just cannot wait for this to happen. But as far as their schedule, let's just get right into it. Week 1, we have them at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Week 2, they're at the Miami Dolphins. Week 3, they're home against the Jets. Week 4, they're at Buffalo. Week 5, they're at Washington. Week 6, they're at home against the Giants. Week 7, they're at New York. Week 8, they're against the Cleveland Browns at home. Week 9, they're at the Baltimore Ravens. Week 10 is their bye. Week 11 is Philly. Week 12 is Dallas. Week 13 is Houston. Week 14, Kansas City. Finally, somebody that's actually going to probably contend with them this year. Cincinnati. Week 16, Buffalo. And Week 17, Miami. So on this list, if we just skim through this fairly quickly. Not too many teams that made the playoffs, honestly. I see Baltimore, I see Philly, I see Kansas City. Did Houston make the playoffs last year?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Okay. So 4 teams that made the playoffs.
So go through that list again, and I want to go team by team, and I want me and Kuz to say who we think's if it's gonna be a W or a L. Kuz, I know you're a Jets fan. You can't just sit here and be like, "Oh, it's an L." You can't do that. Don't you be biased, Kuz. I'm sure the Giants gonna win. Then go ahead, Abu. Run through that list one more time.
All right. Week 1, they're at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
W.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say W on that one. At home, definitely W.
W.
Yeah, I think we all agree. Week 2, they're at Miami.
Week 2. I'm gonna go with that's gonna be an L for the Patriots. What I've noticed over the last so many years watching the Patriots play in the beginning of the season, that's any team's best chance to beat them. In the beginning of the season, anybody can beat them. Once they hit like week 8, week 9, like and now they're starting like getting in the groove and like they're like turning up the next level to like playoff mode, like it gets tougher. But if anybody's gonna beat the Patriots, always gonna be in the beginning of the season.
I'm gonna take a sip of my ginger ale. Okay, week 3.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, week 2, I'm going to go with the Dolphins, too. They don't play well in Miami, ever. It doesn't matter what year it is. It doesn't matter whether they're coming off a Super Bowl win. We could go back to last year, the Miami Miracle. The year before that, they lost as well. They just don't play well. And like who said, beginning of the season, they're still trying to figure everything out. Brady has to, like, knock the cobwebs off. So I'm actually going to say that's an L.
Okay.
So week 3, they're at home against the New York Jets.
Go ahead, Goose.
I knew you were gonna make this one.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be a hard fought game, but I think the Patriots are gonna take that W at home. The Patriots are one of the toughest teams to play at home. They're almost very rarely lose at home, especially in the playoffs. But hey, you know who beat them at home in the playoffs? You know who? Jets. And that was the same year they smacked us up 43-0 or something like that. We got blown out that year. Met them in the playoffs. What did Bart Scott say? Can't wait.
Yeah, I got the Patriots at 3-0 right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's just what I'm at right now. What about you, Bud?
Okay, so I definitely think that this is going to be a really good game, and this is going to be the Jets' opportunity to get ready for when they come to New York. And so I have them moving up to 2-1, so it's a dub in week 3.
Joe, I'm gonna have to ask you to refrain from like any kind of like gang signs and stuff like that.
We don't do promoting on this?
This is a family show.
Oh, keep forgetting. I apologize. All right, on week 4.
Week 4, they're at Buffalo. That's a dub. I'm just gonna say that's a
dub. Do I promote my gang again?
I mean, I'm gonna have to.
Right,
that's definitely a dub.
I mean, I don't see the Bills being much of a threat. Honestly, I'm gonna just call it as I see it. I don't see the Bills being that good. I don't know. I don't really remember the last time they were really that good anyway. So,
is that game at home or is that at Buffalo?
That's at Buffalo.
That might change my decision.
I don't know, man.
No, I'm gonna stick to my decision. I'm gonna give the pass to dub on that one.
Good ginger.
Right now, I got them at 3-1. So okay, week 5 we have them at Washington. That's a dub.
Yeah, I think that's a unanimous dub.
W.
Week 6 we have them at home against the Giants. I'm biasly, of course, I want the Giants to win, but for draft positioning, I don't mind taking this L. So,
I mean, we beat it when it counts, all right? And it doesn't count right now, so You know, I'm okay taking this over Tom. We got him twice in the Super Bowl. It's completely
Bet.
fine. Kuz, I don't know what happened to him. He died somewhere. All right. Kuz, what
Uh,
do you got?
I'm gonna go with a dub for the Patriots only because they're at home. I think if that game's in the Meadowlands, I think the Giants come away with that game.
There's a reason I like you.
What?
Nothing. All right, next week.
Week 7, they're at New York playing the Jets. I give this a L. I think the Jets are going to take them here. It's a Monday night football game in the Meadowlands. The Jets are going to be in full form, get Le'Veon ready to run in that offense. Sam, hopefully he's going to get a couple more games under his belt. I think the Jets are going to take that game. So at this point, I have them at 5-2.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna say that. Not only are we gonna take that game, but we absolutely need to win that game. Need to win that game. I'm tired. I'm fucking tired of getting embarrassed on primetime football. We need to win that game. I don't care how we do it. We need to win that game. That's a big game for us.
You said it's where is it? Is it home or away?
This one is in the Meadowlands.
In the Meadowlands.
Monday Night Football, primetime TV.
Monday Night Football in the Meadowlands. I'm gonna be a Jet fan that night. I'm gonna be wearing my black Jamal Adams jersey in my room. I'm going with the Jets. I'm going with the Jets in that one. I'm wearing the black jersey.
Hey, wait,
you
you
don't wear
can.
the black jersey, you're gonna lose, honestly.
Yeah, we better win on black jerseys. The black jerseys go hard.
They're dope.
You're
The
getting
thing,
a.
that,
You
the
got a
thing about that
black
game
jersey?
is that I see that being the game that like they lose and everybody's gonna start questioning and being like, "Oh, can the Patriots do it again? They just lost on prime time," and then they're gonna rattle off like 6 games in a row, something crazy like that, and then they're just gonna be in contention for playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. Usually happens. All right, next week.
Week 8, they're at home against Cleveland. Could be tough. I'm just gonna give them the dub because they're at home.
You know what? I'm gonna switch up my way of thinking on this one, and I think the Browns come away with the upset. I think Baker Mayfield channels all the moxie he got, and he steals that game from them.
I agree with Kuz. I'm getting on the L.
Wait, hold on. What week is that? That's week 8.
That is week 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna go with the Browns, but that's after the week after that. Kareem Hunt comes back. I think he got an 8-game suspension.
That's in Cleveland.
No, it's in New England. That's what. But I'm still sticking with the Browns on this one. I think the Browns are gonna come away with the upset.
Yeah, Baker don't care. Neither does Odell and Landry. I'm going with the Browns. I think the Browns are gonna ball out, and it's gonna be all about the dog pound that night. I'm going with the Browns on that one.
And you know what? I better see some of the fucking flag planting, crotch grabbing, moxie type shit Baker was pulling in college on that night. That's how big of the upset I want it to be.
You can't be doing crotch grabbing in the NFL. You can't do it.
Man, Baker don't care.
You got to care to a point, and especially when you're in Foxborough, you can't do that in Foxborough.
What are they gonna do? Fine them? I'll take that fine. To do that in Foxborough to the Pats, damn right, I'm grabbing my nuts.
Abu, what do you think?
Sit there like, hold them.
I'm just gonna give it to the Patriots. I think the Browns are gonna be considerably better next year. I don't think that they're winning in Foxborough ready yet. So maybe it gets them ready for the playoffs. I'm not sure, but I think they're gonna be considerably better.
All right. Well, next week.
So week 9, they are at Baltimore. This is tough for me because I know Baltimore has lost some pieces, but I feel like they're kind of like on the upcoming. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like Baltimore is one of those teams the Patriots always play, and it's always like a slugfest of a game. And I'm hoping personally that Lamar Jackson just takes his game to the next level next year. But realistically, I could probably see the Patriots taking this.
I'm gonna go with the Pats on this one for the simple fact that Lamar has not faced the Patriots yet, and the Patriots usually are pretty good at rattling newer QBs per se. I don't know. I just think they're gonna give Lamar looks that he's never seen before, and he's like, I don't know. They do a lot of like complex stuff on defense, and they're one of the teams. They don't have a game plan. Their game plan is like based off what the other team's offense is running. They don't have like, oh, you know what, we're running this no matter what they're running. They match up week to week. They change their game plan, their schemes every week. And I just think first time around facing them, I think Lamar's going to have a little bit of trouble. I personally hope that the Ravens win because obviously I'm a Jets fan and still fuck the Pats.
I'm gonna go with a W for the Patriots, but I think, like you said, Abu, I think it's gonna be a tough, hard-fought game. I think both of you said this honestly. I think it's gonna be just a hard slugfest, fighting tooth and nail type of game. Like it always is with the Ravens. It seems like it doesn't matter who the Ravens really lose. They just always are just like a tough out. And I mean, they lost Eric Weddle, they got Earl Thomas, so you can't even forget about that, you know. And then they lost to Darius Smith and they lost C.J. Mosley, so they did lose some big defensive pieces. But I know they are. This guy's checking his jet. Unbelievable. And I think they have. I think they have some. They have a high enough draft pick that I know a lot of people were seriously from some other Jets that look at this guy, but I think we're all. Oh my God! Put that head down. Oh, we're not even gonna get into that right now. We're not even gonna. I'm happy your mic is muted. I don't want to hear you laugh right now. We want to hear it. But I think a lot of people I've seen that had this. They've had what's his name? They've had Metcalf going to them, but I think they're gonna do the same Ravens and they kind of do. Either gonna address the offensive line, or they're gonna go with the edge rusher or somebody, or maybe even a linebacker. So I can see them going with one of these top edge rushers, or even waiting to the second round of edge rusher and maybe getting like a Devin Bush or another inside backer in the first round. Just somebody that's going to replace either C.J. Mosley or Darius Smith. Obviously, it's not going to be they're not going to be as good as them to start, but it'll be somebody that steps in and fills that role because that's what the Ravens to me seems like it is. It's that Ravens team to me has always screamed like amazing defense and offense that can put up points. And then it's not always a franchise quarterback. I mean, they got Flacco, they got good years out of him, but like I never really see it as a franchise quarterback type of team. I see it as an amazing defense and an offense that keeps you into the game, you know. But yeah, I got a W for the Patriots on that one. I see it like a 17-14 kind of game or something like that.
Side note, I think the Ravens are a dark horse to trade up for Devin White.
Don't you put that out there.
Well, if they did that, I would hate them. So let's move on to next week.
Week 10, they are on a bye, so I guess that's kind of like a dub, I guess.
That's no.
Can't let old man Brady get rusty for a week. What the hell?
No.
Week 11, they're at Philadelphia. Oh, boy. Oh, man.
I did it.
This is slowly becoming a situation right now. Just move the furniture. It's about to get kind of rowdy in here.
Right. Where are the gloves? Don't talk. Only action.
Nothing sharp. No silverware. No glasses. Let's just get through this so that we can resolve our issues afterwards.
Abood, get the tables.
Oh shit. So week 11 at Philly. I'm just gonna say fuck Philly, honestly, and I'm just gonna give this to the Patriots. The thing is, when you beat Tom Brady twice in the Super Bowl, you kind of are like indifferent on whether or not he beats certain teams. Philly's one of those teams. If he beats Philly, it's like, thank you, I appreciate that. That's kind of great. So I'm gonna give that dub to Tom Brady.
So my answer is I'm gonna give that to the Pats because I don't see Carson Wentz staying healthy to week 11. Honestly,
That's just wrong. You put that out there, it's not even right.
yo, man,
You did that
history
on purpose. You know
history
Drake's
says
gonna
so.
listen to this later. You know that's
History
gonna
says
happen.
so. All right, cool. He can come at me next week with our debate on the Russell Wilson situation. We'll, we'll start roll when we get to it. Me personally, I just don't see that happening. He's fragile.
He's a mobile Sam Bradford. I'm just gonna say that.
I
Oh
could,
my!
I'll co-sign to
Oh,
that. I'll co-sign
I'm
to
gonna
that.
mute my mic. I'll mute my. You go ahead and you talk. I'll mute my mic.
I'll co-sign to that.
Yeah. See, here's the thing about Carson Wentz is that has the guy ever made it to the end of a season when they were like doing well? Like even before the year that they went to the Super Bowl, did he finish the year before, or was he coming off an injury again that season?
No, that's when that season he tore his ACL.
That
And like
season, but I'm
and
the
like in
season
like week
before. Was he already hurt?
Nah. I think his first season is the only season he's completed an entire season.
See, that's kind of crazy. Is that your team, and then the fact that your team wins a Super Bowl without you, like, dog, how valuable are you for real? Like, that's the thing. Is that, and then you trade the quarterback that's actually gotten you there.
Oh no! Hold up! They didn't trade him.
Or not trade him. I'm sorry that you didn't re-sign him rather, and you go with this guy. I don't know, man. And the thing is, his injury in particular is one that, like, you can either make a full recovery or this can be something that is consistently nagging you. And that's why it's really funny that Jacksonville threw the bag on Nick Foles, because there's no way that he was coming back for anything less than what he thought that he deserved.
For sure, and you know I'll ask Dre this question next week. What are you gonna do next year when Carson Wentz gets hurt? Who's gonna back him up? Nate Sudfeld? Come on, let's be realistic now. They're in trouble.
Hold on, Kuz. Don't talk about Nate the Great like that, okay?
Oh.
Let's shoot my guy Dre some bail, all right? They breed quarterbacks apparently, you know what I'm saying? So they're gonna be just fine. They have enough pieces that they can make that run again without having Nick Foles as QB2 on the depth chart. So you know you got to watch your mouth. Nate Sudfeld, that's nothing to it's nothing to scoff at.
The only Nate the Great is my nephew Nate. All right. Moving on to next week. Who's the next opponent? The Patriots are coming out of there with a W. On the next.
Week 12. What we got?
They got the Dallas Cowboys.
Where?
They're at home against Dallas. I'm gonna give that to the Patriots. Right now, I have them sitting at 10-2, I believe.
I'm giving it to
9-2. I'm sorry, 9-2.
No, 3.
No.
Dolphins, Jets, and the Browns.
You gave them the Browns.
You gave them the Browns too. Joe is the only one that didn't give them the Browns.
No. I said that they beat the Browns. That's what gets them ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, you did. You said we weren't going there winning in Foxborough already.
Yeah, Joe gave them an L.
All right. Well, I got him at 9-3.
I got him at 10-2.
Well, 8-3.
Browns
Sorry.
And Browns at or near 9-2. Browns and Jets. I got them at 2 L's right now.
Yeah.
I want the Cowboys to lose. So, right, I can never think of a time where I'm wanting to see the Cowboys prosper at anything. So, I gotta go Patriots. Like, if it was a Cowboys-Patriots Super Bowl, I'd just go for the Patriots just because. Like, I never want to see the Cowboys win anything ever.
Oh, just know when we're done doing this, I got another topic I want to touch base on. But week 13.
Another show.
Nah, this has to be said.
What are we?
What are we doing? Week 13.
You're going off topic. Oh my god.
No. We're staying on topic, and after this, we're going on topic.
You're not following the script. Follow the script, Kuz.
Man, fuck the script.
Hard on the script. You're going off the script. Is the show called off the script?
This is organic.
I shop at Walmart. Organic don't mean shit to me. Oh man,
you wild that, by the
way. Week 13, they're at Houston playing the Texans. I'm just gonna, honestly, I'm gonna give them the dub. I'm not a big. I fuck with Deshaun Watson. I think he is the truth. I just think they are not in the position to like. They got a lot. They need their entire offensive line rebuilt. They who's their running back? They got Lamar Miller, who really hasn't done much since getting that contract from them. There's a lot of pieces that they got to fill up, and they got to worry about bringing back Jadeveon Clowney. Let's see. I don't know.
14. Moving on. That's
yeah,
unanimous.
yeah, it's a W. Me and Kuz were rereading an article earlier that was talking about it was like a mock draft, but it was every team that was getting was getting trades. So the one trade we saw was the Raiders and the Texans, and I believe it was the Raiders trade their 24th pick and I think a second or third round pick to the Texans, and they get like Jadeveon Clowney. Like it was something crazy like that. But I mean, I don't necessarily think the 24th pick in the first round will get it done, but maybe the 24th. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, that's their next highest pick. They got 4, 24, and 27.
Yeah, I wouldn't give up 4 for him. I wouldn't give up 4 for him at all. But
I would give up 3 for him, but we're swapping first round picks for sure because I'm not giving a 3 straight up for him. I don't think he's worth the top 5 pick at this point. Just his recent injury woes.
I just want to know who's out here evaluating players and just evaluating that Russell Wilson, a trade for Russell Wilson is only available with 4 first-round picks. But a young player like Jadeveon Clowney, and I get it, he has his injury issues, but when he does play, is a major factor and contributor, is only available for a first-round pick and a second or third. That's the shit that irks me. Like
for starters, I can tell you that me and Joe agreed that whoever made this list up is a Dolphins fan because the Dolphins got some absurdly wild trade and didn't have to give up shit.
Yo, they had one trade. It was the Giants were trading up to number 2 with the Niners. So we were trading our 6th pick, a first next year, Janoris Jenkins, and somebody else. And we were trading with the Niners, and we were getting like their 2nd pick and Nick Mullins and like a 3rd corner. I was like, how is that a good trade? It was like 2 first rounders, a 3rd, Evan Ingram, 2 first rounders, a 3rd, George Jenkins, and somebody else for their 2nd overall pick and Nick Mullins in the 3rd corner. But then you go to the Dolphins, so we trade from 6 to 2. We got to give up the house. But then you go to the Dolphins, are trading from 13 to 4, and all they did was give up their 13th pick and like a 3rd. Like, how does that make any sense?
No, I think they went from 13 to 2.
It was something wild though.
It was like something that like this guy he's not in his right mind for sure. But
Dolphins fan like
yeah. But what week are we on right now? We just did the Texans. Who's after that?
So we did the Texans week 14. They're at home against Kansas City. I think Kansas City has been there enough. I think Kansas City gets it done.
I think Kansas City gets it done too because if I'm not mistaken, they had a wild shootout last year. I think that one might have been in Kansas City, but all I know is
I think it was game 1 of the year or something like that.
Maybe not that. Definitely early in the season. I don't know if it was that early, but that was a great game. It was a straight shootout. I don't even know if they shouldn't even ran defenses out onto the field. Honestly.
I mean, the Chiefs almost had them twice last year. They would have beat them in the AFC Championship game if not for D Ford's thumb being offsides. Like, come on, man. Line of scrimmage.
If we're being real, it shouldn't have never even came down to that because there was a couple missed calls before that.
Oh, yeah,
a couple.
Chris Jones.
I'm being generous.
Hogan.
Chris Jones roughing the passer.
The incomplete pass, and then they called it complete, and they reviewed it. And it was like, oh yeah, it didn't hit the ground, but the whole ball was on the ground, and then his hands weren't on it, but it never hit the ground. That bullshit ass roughing the passer on Tom Brady, cabbage. That's cabbage.
The power of money. Anyway, who's next? I got the Chiefs giving them an L. That's 3 losses for me. But where we at? What week? Boy.
My bad.
This-
So they're at week 15 and
That's happy.
they're at Cincinnati.
That's a W.
Yeah, that's cakewalk. I don't even know who's in Cincinnati right
That's a playoff warm up game right there. It's like practice squads.
now. No, that's we already clinched a playoff spot, so we could probably start resting starters and still probably win by like 10 to 15.
No, they won't do that because they want home field advantage. Tom Brady's a little shaky on the road in the playoffs.
Well, then you got
Fun fact. Tom Brady has as many road wins in the playoffs as Mark Sanchez.
Terrible. You know, in case you guys didn't know, I forgot to tell you, but I'm going to be lining up for the Bengals that week because you know they need that much help. So I might miss a podcast or two playing D tackle for the Bengals at 5'7" above. You know,
Joe, I might join you. I don't know. I might have to join you on the D line in there.
Yeah, I'll send you a link. You can just sign up. They said it's like $20 to sign up, and you're guaranteed to make the team. It's like $100,000 to start. I was like, oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah, I'll give $20
here and there. Yeah, you know, I actually asked for a fee waiver because I'm not paying the Bengals anything, but you know the help they can really get on the line. Actually, anywhere. I don't believe you want to play quarterback. You know,
I'm just here for the free T-shirt, honestly. That's all I'm here for.
Oh no! See, I'm not wearing Bengals stuff. I'm going to be in the Bengals facility, still wearing Giants stuff. But that's
Oh man,
that's just me. Like,
they could be on the field like, whose man's is this?
I'm none of y'all.
Joe, you showed up to voluntary OTAs in New York Giants gear. Yeah, it's fuck y'all, but you know I still get paid by y'all.
Come on now. Still a Giants fan, but I'm not going to turn down money. I'm not stupid. Come on. You guys could have offered me $10,000. You offered me $100,000. Y'all stupid.
Seriously, man.
What's his last? Is his last year?
This is
real.
Yeah, this is week 16, and they're at home against Buffalo. It's a dub.
That's a big dub.
It's W. It's W.
Week 17, they're at home against Miami. It's a dub. So currently, I have them finishing the year 13-3.
Well, I guess that makes me 12-4.
13-3.
So
yeah, I mean, when you play games like that, what do you expect? Like, I mean,
put it this way: if they don't win like division, if they don't finish top 2 in the conference with this schedule, they have a real problem on their hands.
Big time problem. Problem.
Yeah. They should definitely win the division. I mean, like, who's on the line? I see you guys going like, I want to say like 9-7, 10-6 this year. Honestly, that's where I see you guys at. But I mean, you guys should still come in second place in your division. But I mean, we're all sitting there, yeah, I know. But, like, I'm sitting there thinking, like, looking at the Jets and then looking at the Patriots. I see them going, like you said, 12-4, 3-13. That's the worst I can see them possibly doing. But you guys should definitely come in second. I think you guys are gonna have a good turnaround this year with 9-7, 10-6, and you guys could find the wild card spot or something else. So I think you guys have a chance.
That's what I'm hoping for. My prediction was 10-6 with a playoff wild card berth. Heard it here first. Now, how we show up in the playoffs, different story. I don't know, but I think that we're gonna sneak into the playoffs somehow, some way.
It's how Sam shows up in the playoffs. That's what's gonna be the big thing. You know, he's not. It's different than in college, and even like when you was in college, like, I mean, I guess you could say the college equivalent might have been like conference championships, and then maybe bowl games, maybe. But NFL is a different beast, so it's really going to be how he shows up. I mean, he has McCown, he has his mentors and everything on the sidelines, but playoff football in the NFL is just like a whole different.
Oh, it's a whole nother beast. I don't know. The thing I like about Sam is that, like, for instance, his first NFL pass as a rookie, pick 6. I was furious. I think I might even fucking smack the table at the bar I was at. Um, what does he come? What does he come and do? There was a touch, strings together a nice touchdown drive, and then we blew them out from there. Routed them.
You know, when I was at a bar and I saw I believe it was Jets Lions. I think that was the first game, and
That was.
yeah, it was Jets Lions. And I remember because we were all talking, we were all in the bar, and everybody was like, "All right, Sam. Okay, Sam. Let's see what you got, boy. Let's see what you got, kid. Let's see what the Giants missed out on." And it was like Sam Darnold drops back, and it's an interception, it's a pick. And like everybody was like dying laughing. And I was at the bar, and my reaction to the pick six was like,
bro.
Do you know how mad I was when that happened? Because not only did I just witness that, but within 10 seconds, one of my boys from high school texted me talking shit, and I'm just like, plenty of time left, man. There's 10 seconds into the game. There's plenty of time left.
Joe,
and I waited the whole game to run my mouth to him after we blew them out, and I let it rip.
Joe, you thought where you were at was funny. Imagine being in a Jets bar and hearing the air sucked out of the room as soon as he throws that interception pick six. Everybody's hyped. They're doing the JETS. It's lit. There's so much energy in the room. All right, Sammy, let's go, Sammy. What the fuck, Sammy?
Yeah, ask him, dude. I was hot.
You want to talk about air sucked out of a room? It went from lit to not in, like, not, you couldn't even like count it. It was, oh my, and then you just kind of felt everybody in the room like, oh my God, please, no, not another year. Not another year. But yo, honestly, they came back, whooped their ass. Sam balled out. He showed a lot of potential, man. But yeah, as far as like first play of your career, hilarious. So funny. Oh my God. It was
hilarious. You heard like you said, you saw all the Jets fans, and it was just like everybody just hung their heads like, it's Lucas all over again.
I was so furious. I lost my shit, and I was like, fucking course. Typical start to Jets fucking season. This is it. This is what we live for.
He's a boss.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just like, that's a typical start to the Jets season. I was like, motherfucker. I was hot.
I'm not gonna lie, like, part of me like hates Jets fans, but part of me like loves Jets fans because you guys celebrate everything, no matter what. I love it.
My God, real.
The best thing in the world, my God. Like, I have like all my friends, not all my friends, honestly, but like my friends up here that I coach football with are Jets fans, and it's just I go to the Jets games, and all of them were just going crazy. We went to the Jets Patriots game last year, and the Patriots like just walking up and down the field on y'all, and like had to be like a third and like 7 or something like that. Tom Brady hit some slant to ice the game, and all the Jets fans were like, "Oh man, we had him right where we wanted him. We had him. We were there." And I was like,
I know exactly what game you're talking about, because it was when we had them on third and whatever, and it was incomplete pass, and for whatever reason there was a penalty called on them, and Todd Bowles accepted. So now it's 3rd and 15. I'm like, well, why would you accept that?
Yo,
we stopped them. Were you gonna give them another chance? Are you kidding me? The Patriots at the very next play, boom, touchdown to Gronk. I was like,
Joe, let me ask you a question. Joe. You ever been to the circus?
I have actually. Yes, I have.
You ever been to the circus where your man's is the ringleader? Let me tell you what. You want to talk about celebrating every fucking thing? Yo, Kuz is the guy at the bar that gets on the chair and like silences. He gets up on the chair, silences the crowd, lets them know like, hey, relax, calm down. I got fucking belts out. Yo, for a first down, for a touchdown, for a fucking turnover. Yeah, come on, yo. You know what it is.
The Jets chant is only for touchdowns and turnovers. When it's a first down, we yell first down. Come on, man.
Like I said, my man's is the ringleader. All right, I went to the circus. My man's is the ringleader.
I'm not even the main guy. I'm the fill-in. Like somebody's got to do it.
Kuz, you're the mayor. All right, we're not gonna go into all of your shenanigans on this episode. We'll get into it on another one, but we're not going there. This guy, don't try to deflect. We know who you are.
I love hanging out with Jets fans. It's just too funny. Like, and I feel bad for people like you, Kuz, because I know you're like a real fan. Like, but like when I go on other Jets fans, like it's one of those things. It's like I just love watching these guys lose because they feel so bad. Like it is the funniest thing in the world to me. Like you guys read the truth.
Next subject. Next subject.
To win this game.
Yo,
I don't even know how we got on this topic. We just been sitting on this for like 10 minutes.
Week 17. 17. Let's go. Week 17.
Yo, we already did it, bro. They finished.
All right. So now my topic that I want to talk about.
So fun.
Can we talk about how like big Ryan Fitzpatrick showed up to camp and what his excuse was for all the weight he gained in the offseason was? Anybody else see that interview?
I only heard about it. I did not see or read up about it, so I'm gonna let you guys take this one. I did hear, but I have no idea if it's true and why.
So this man blamed it on birthday cake. Okay, he's like, hey, yo, listen, I got 7 kids. 3 of their birthdays are in January. I got 3 birthdays there are 2 birthdays in March and like another 2 or 3 birthdays in April. So now I'm getting back into regular season shape. I'm just like, he goes, yeah, it's a lot of cake, man. 7 kids and they all got friends. There's all these birthday parties. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I just want to know one thing. Like, y'all are paying the man. Did you guys not like have any face-to-face contact at all throughout these like contract negotiate? Like, is Ryan Fitzpatrick like the NFL version of Catfish? He's like, oh yeah, remember how I looked last year? I definitely still look like that. Y'all should pay me. Showed up day 1 of training camp or OTAs or whatever. They were like, who the fuck is that? Is that his bodyguard? Is that who is that guy?
Yo, I saw the pictures too.
When I saw pictures floating around like social media and stuff, I thought it was just like Photoshop. But then I saw the interview. I'm like, man, he really did get big, huh?
I saw the pictures too, and like I was surprised. I don't know if they gave him like an official weight. I don't know if they said like, how big he had gotten or how much weight he put on. I didn't see the article. I didn't read it. There was an article to it.
That just came out within like the last week or 2. That's the wild thing.
Yeah, like from what I saw, it was just like, dude got huge. Like he was wearing that shirt, and the shirt was like a little too fitting. Like I don't know. Like he got big, yo. I don't know what happened with him. I understand having 7 kids. That was nuts. But real quick, I want to say, I know the Patriots. Well, going back real quick, I know the Patriots had the toughest schedule, the easiest schedule. But Bood, who had the toughest? Did you know? Did you see it?
Yeah, they had the Oakland Raiders as the team with the toughest schedule next year.
Why? All right. I want to take a few moments and just delve deeper into why. I can't say why. Nobody has the answers, but if you sort of look into what their schedule looks like real quick. I pulled it up. I just don't understand. I mean, I understand that they're still a team rebuilding, but I just want to know, like, I want to know who makes the NFL schedules. Like, who comes up with it? Like, is it just like a computer-generated thing? Like,
so they say.
Committee? Is it a committee that sits down and does it? Like, what could it possibly be that you can give this team that for a fact is rebuilding that needs at least another year, if not two, to get back to any type of competitive kind of levels, and you're going to give them this type of schedule. Like, I pulled it up and I have it loading right now, but real quick, um, real quick before we end, I just want to run through it. And you guys tell me what you think about it. So, week one, we got them home versus Denver.
I
Do you
think
think
that's a dub
W?
for the Raiders.
You think so?
I think so.
Why do you think? Why do you think they're going to actually be good, or
No, I just think Denver's that bad, and I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not a big believer in Joe Flacco.
do you think Denver? What do you think Denver does in the draft though, with the 10th pick? Do you think they're going to go after a quarterback, or do you think they're going to continue to rebuild the defense?
I think that depends on what quarterbacks are there. If like a Drew Lock is there or like a Haskins, I think they go quarterback. Um, if those two guys are gone by then, I think they'll go defense.
I mean, Boo, what do you think before I move on?
I think I don't know, man. I think next year is going to be a wash for Oakland. Like, yeah, they have all these picks. They have some talent on the roster, but I definitely think that I don't know. As far as that game, I mean, I'm going to chalk it up as a L. I just don't think like first game, week one, they come out with all these new pieces and they kind of figure it out. Denver, for the most part, has the same players coming back, minus Joe Flacco. They lost Demaryius Thomas, but I mean, I don't know. I see Denver taking that one.
Now, do you think Boo? What do you think they go in the draft? The Broncos. Do you think that they have to go get somebody for Flacco right now, because it seems like Elway brought Flacco in as like a franchise QB for like the next like 2 to 3 years, like he's Peyton Manning or something. So do you think that like you think they're gonna come in and they're gonna you're gonna go in the draft and get a quarterback for the future, or do they kind of keep stocking the defense
Can
in the
can,
same philosophy that they had as Peyton Manning?
can
To
I
be
say
very,
that that's trash?
hmm.
That's a trash acquisition.
What do you think?
I think honestly, I think that John Elway's in love with Drew Lock. So if Drew Lock is there, specifically Drew Lock, like even if it's Drew Lock, Dwayne Haskins, I think that anybody short of Kyler, he's taking Drew Lock. Now, if he has to go defense, I definitely see him going with maybe like an interior linebacker, because don't they have Von Miller on one side, and who they just get last year? They got what's his
Well,
name from NC State, right?
yeah. Chubb
Who?
is a
Yeah.
DN slash outside backer kind of edge thing. Von Miller is a more of an outside backer on the edge, but um they lost Shaq Barrett, and I mean, and they lost Brandon Marshall, I believe, on the inside. So inside and outside are probably possibilities, as well as interior. Honestly, I believe too. They have Derek Wolf. I don't know who else they have there.
I could see them
Well,
going for like a Devin Bush at 10, honestly.
Can can we talk about how yet again the Patriots stay fleecing players, and that Demaryius Thomas only has a $2.9 million contract, but can earn up to a maximum of 4.3 million?
Because, bro, they buy into the culture. They buy
Please.
into that. They buy into that. I'm going to go play here for 1 year. Chances are probably going to play in a Super Bowl. Chances are have a good opportunity of winning a ring. And for these players that have like accomplished everything, that have been the top guys in their teams before, they're cool with coming in, probably not getting as many touches as he's used to, and going out on top with another ring. So it's like, I get it. I totally get it. But yeah, you're right. It is bullshit, but they have that leverage. They're probably the only team that can say like, "Oh, you want to win a ring? You want to take a great player that's never played in a Super Bowl before? You want to go and play for that? That's great. Come and take this cheap ass contract, and we'll take you there."
I mean, Yeah, I hear. I hear you. I mean, he's what on the wrong side of 30. He's coming off of a major injury, so it's not like he's gonna get some type of big catch anyway. So why go to a team why go to a team that's gonna be like 3-13 or something like that when you can take $4 or $5 million, get healthy, be in a dynamic offense where you don't have to go off and grab, or get like 1,500 yards because he's gonna share the ball. He's gonna throw the ball around the yards. What Tom Brady does. He throws the ball to everybody. So it's less strain on you as a player, and you're almost guaranteed to go deep into the playoffs on that team. So I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing's guaranteed, but I mean, look at the Patriots history. At least an AFC championship or an AFC championship visit is guaranteed. So and I think he has a ring. He has a ring with the Broncos, but what else do you play for the game for? I mean, you want the championships, you want the Super Bowls. What else do you? I mean, people play for money, obviously, but
I was just about to say, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he got a good contract in Denver. So I think, he probably is at a point in his career where he's realized I've made money. I've won one Super Bowl, but like I don't want to be one of those players that just wins a single Super Bowl in my career. I want to go out as a 2-time Super Bowl champion. And, like we've all said, not another team that could really guarantee you that or guarantee you the closest thing to that than the Patriots.
Guarantee you a shot at it.
Yeah. All right. Move along. Week 2. I can pretty much say we're gonna agree on this one. Week 2, they are home. I mean, they're home, but week 2 they're against the Chiefs. I'm giving them an L. So
yeah.
Big time facts.
Yeah, I think we can move on. I don't even know who the Raiders corners are. Just thinking, it sounds bad, but just thinking about how Mahomes is gonna just throw the ball around the whole yard against them. I don't know anybody that's really gonna step up and be a big factor in the secondary or anything. That's gonna be like, oh, don't throw to his side, like
They got a couple of good quarterbacks. They still got Gavion Conley. I think he's good. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's elite, but he's definitely good. And he's still young. He's still growing as a player.
I think it also kind of like we were saying before. I think it kind of depends on what the Chiefs and the whole Tyreek Hill situation. I mean, like I said before, the Chiefs have never really had like that top 5 receiver or marquee names like that. At least for like past couple seasons, but now it's like now you don't have Tyreek Hill. Now who are you throwing to? Well, at least before it was like you had Chris Conley and you had Albert Wilson and you had Jeremy Maclin. You didn't have Tyreek Hill. Now it's like Macklin's not there; he's retired. Albert Wilson's in Miami. I don't know if Chris Conley's even there anymore.
I think he's still.
He might still be there, but you don't have Tyreek Hill. So now you have Chris Conley and you have Travis Kelce.
And they don't have Kareem Hunt anymore.
Exactly. They just have both of their running backs, Kelce, and I believe they have Demetrius Harris, who's the backup tight end. And
no, actually, I think he signed elsewhere, if I'm not mistaken.
Did he? I thought he was still there as a backup tight end.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
I don't know. The Chiefs' weapons are going to be interesting. I mean, again,
Demetrius Harris signed with the Browns.
Okay. I think the Chiefs' weapons are going to be interesting on offense. I mean, I honestly see Mahomes. Now this is funny because I think Mahomes almost looks like a Russell Wilson to me in the respect that he runs around the field and he extends plays and he dumps it off to the receiver. So it's not necessarily that he has to have superstar receivers he can just throw the ball to because Russell being in Seattle, like I didn't know, like I didn't pay attention to the Seahawks like that, but I didn't know until I started really watching Russell Wilson give these guys these numbers. Like I didn't really know who Doug Baldwin was like that. I'm not gonna lie, but a couple of years ago, I didn't know who he was. I know who Jermaine Kearse was. I didn't know who all some of these other receivers were. That I really don't feel that they'd be really much. I mean, Doug Baldwin, I think he'd be good on another team, but Jermaine Kearse went to the Jets, and I don't think he's been like amazing on the Jets. I don't think he's been as great as he was.
He hasn't been amazing,
Seattle.
but he's definitely been good. He's been pretty solid for us.
Like there's certain to me, I feel like there's certain receivers that they've been really good on Seattle for us, and I feel like that's kind of what's going to happen with Mahomes. He's going to be able to extend plays, and because he extends plays, these receivers are going to get open, and they're going to get their touches because of that. You know, Cruz, I feel like you had something to comment on about that.
Yeah, just touching base on Patrick Mahomes and the type of player that he is. I feel like he's a combination of Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre in the sense that he's got Aaron Rodgers' pocket presence and ability to move around and create plays for himself, and he's just got that Brett Favre gunslinger mentality where he's just gonna get you the ball. He'll sling it to you. He'll take those big time chances.
Blue, you got anything to add, or you just ready to move on to week 3 because you look like you're bored over there?
No, I was just letting you get through it, and I was checking stats because we were talking about how like he doesn't need the superstar wide receiver, and I know a lot of people could use the argument like, oh, he had Tyreek Hill. Just to kind of put into perspective, Tyreek Hill had 87 catches for let's say just under, let's give him 1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns. Without those stats, Pat Mahomes still would have thrown 3,500 yards and 38 touchdowns. So put that into perspective. That's how much he spread the ball around to just take Travis Kelce out of there. He still has some pretty impressive stats. So it's kind of impressive to see what he's been able to do with the cast that he has. So I'm definitely, and like you guys hit the nail on the head with that one. So he's definitely one of those guys that could just make everybody around him better. And I think, not to say you could put anybody on the field with him, but I don't think you'd have to worry about getting him top elite talent for him to be successful.
I think the key for him is like I think he can get any receiver the ball and make them better, but can that receiver get open is the bigger question. Can that receiver get open for Mahomes to get him the ball? That's gonna be the challenge. Who's gonna be able to get open?
But even then, we've seen plays happen where the pocket has collapsed and now he's breaking and now he's extending the play on his own. And even later on, when a route develops later on and they're able to break off, he's just able to know like eventually if you ran out, you have to come back. And so I have to give you the ball at the perfect angle that you come back to the ball and it's not. So I just think that he has that ability and maybe it's a compliment to the fact that he used to play football as well. So he's used to these unorthodox throws with the ball and he's able to get them off with his offhand with whatever. So yeah, man, he's elite. Like I said earlier, number one quarterback going into next year.
I agree with that a bit. Like also you gotta take into consideration all those receivers were able to get open late in the route because teams were like, giving safety help to whoever was covering Tyreek Hill. Now, if Tyreek Hill doesn't play, you got a lot more man-to-man and more help towards other receivers. Tyreek Hill is just one of those players that you got to put an extra man on him. That speed. Guy's a gamer. He's a baller. Take that away. Like I said, I still think Mahomes will find a way to get a receiver the ball. It's just how will those receivers get open without Tyreek Hill as opposed to when he's lined up with them.
All right. We're going to move on. We'll try to move to the rest of the schedule. Week 3, they are away against you guys' favorite quarterback, Kirk Cousins, away in Minnesota. What do you got? You got a W or an L for the Steelers? They are playing your boy Kirk Cousins.
I think that's
you mean the Raiders.
Yeah, I think that's going to be. I think that's going to be a W for Minnesota, and to no credit of Kirk Cousins, that's going to be a Minnesota defense win.
Yeah, I mean it's a win for Minnesota at this point. Look, Oakland is going to be bad next year. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't think that next year is the year they pull it together. Hopefully they pull it together by they move to Vegas, but Yeah, man.
All right. Next week, week 4, they are at the Colts. What do you think? I got an L.
That's an L.
Yeah,
I think the Colts.
That's
The
going to the
Colts are.
Colts.
The Colts are an up and coming team. I think they're going to be a reckon next year, or a force to reckon with next year. I think that they're going to win their division. So.
Who's same? L.
Yeah, I'm going to give that one to the Colts.
All right. On to week 5. They are playing the Bears in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. What do you think?
See,
I got an L.
Those out of country games are like tough to call because it really depends on how the teams like react to the jet lag or the different time zones. That game is going to be like, which team is more prepared for that time change and all that stuff. I think that game is going to be a toss up, but at the end, I think I'm going to give that one to the Bears.
I'm giving it to the Bears as well.
All right. Week 6 is a bye, so that's an L. Week 7, they face the Packers. They are away in Green Bay. I'm going to say it's an L. What do y'all think?
That's an L for sure. I think Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. You said right? Yeah, I don't think Oakland's built for that. I think that's an L for them.
Is that an L for you, Kuz?
Yeah, in Green Bay, I'm gonna give that to the Packers. If it was in Oakland, I think the Raiders take that game.
All right. They have one more game home. No, excuse me. They have one more game away. That is week 8, Sunday night game. It seems like might be like a day game. That's weird. Whatever. Oh, I'm stupid. Back to the date. Sunday. They are too much ginger ale. Sunday against the Texans. What do you got?
Now I'm gonna give it to them. Actually.
No, I'm giving that one to the Texans.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that one to the Raiders.
I'm giving that one to the Texans.
All right. Week 9, they finally return home to the Lions. What do you think?
That one I'm going to give to the Raiders.
I'm gonna give that one to the Raiders as well.
I think, just to catch myself up, I gotta agree. I think the Raiders are gonna. I'm giving them the W against the Texans, unless the Texans can somehow, fix that O line and get that defense back together. Against the Lions, I'm giving them a W too. I think they can pull it off against the Lions. The Lions are such a confusing team to me. I don't know what they're doing.
They have no identity, honestly. I don't know what they stand for as a team.
No, not at all. Week 10 against the Chargers. That's an L for me.
That's an L.
Week 11 against the Bengals. I think I'm going to give them a W here, honestly.
I'm giving them a W.
I'm a W against the Bengals.
Yeah, unanimous against the Bengals. Week 12. They are away. This is a definite W for the Raiders. They're playing the Jets. Who cares? No.
That's an L.
My boys are coming away with that W.
Oh yeah, it's an L.
That's gonna be one of those like late season games that like gets you guys like back in groove in case you guys fell off. Maybe caught an L the week before. Don't worry about it. We got Oakland next week. We're about to beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So we got. They are week 13. They are away at the Chiefs. L.
So next.
Week 14. They are home against the Titans.
That's a L.
Interesting.
I like what Mike Vrabel's doing down there. I like what Mike Vrabel's doing down in Tennessee.
You might like it, but I don't know. I'm not gonna just write them off like that. I think it might be a W.
Hold on. When do the Titans play the Dolphins?
When do the Titans play the Dolphins? I don't know. I don't have the Titans schedule up.
Hold on, I gotta pull this up because I don't know if y'all been paying attention the last few years, but for whatever reason, Every time the Titans play the Dolphins injured Mariota.
I don't pay attention to the Dolphins-Titans rivalry, so no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I
Do
don't
they
know.
even play this year?
I'm about to find out.
I have no clue. I'm going to leave you in the dust and go to week 15. They are home against the Jags.
I'm going to give it to the Jags.
I'm going to give that one.
Where are you going?
I'm going to give that one to the Raiders.
I'm going Jaguars. I'm going Jags. Week 16, they are away at the Chargers. I'm saying that's an L.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I don't think they're beating the Chargers either one of those games next year.
No. And week 17, they are away to the Broncos to end the season. What do you got?
Where they're in Denver?
They're
in Denver, yeah.
They're at Mile High. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a L.
Yeah. So they split the series with Denver on mine.
Yeah.
I have them going 3-13.
Oof.
Good year for Oakland. Good year for Oakland.
I wonder why. I guess I was just looking at the schedule. It's just weird to me. They're all. I mean, I see that they're playing. Obviously, they're in division opponents, but then they're playing the NFC North. I want to say also, and then they have a game. Then they just have a random game against the Jets and the Dolphins. No, the Jets.
I think it's just us because I think they had the same record as us or something like that. Very similar record to us.
Because I know in their division, it's the Raiders, the Broncos, the Chiefs, and the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
And then the NFC North is the Packers, Green Bay, the Bears, and the Lions.
The Bears.
Packers, Vikings, Bears, and Lions.
Right. Packers, Vikings, Bears, and Lions. So then the only other games that they have the Jets, the Bengals, the Jaguars, and the Titans. Are there just like four
regular AFC games? Yeah.
Yeah. They're all over the place this year to me. I don't know how I feel about that London game too. They have to go from Indianapolis to London week 4, week 5. Ugh. I don't know. But it's just funny. It's funny seeing the contrast of like why a team like the Patriots has the easiest schedule. We can get into all the we know why the Patriots have the easiest schedule. We can get into all that stuff. We can go for hours on that crap, you know. But it's funny seeing like a team like Oakland has the toughest. I mean, very quickly, I will say that this is debatable, but the Jets have the second easiest schedule in the NFL this year. I don't know how you feel about that, Kuz. I'm pretty sure you looked over the schedule. The Giants would have the 8th easiest schedule in the NFL this year. I don't know. Do you have the Giants schedule up, or is there anything that you care to mention or talk about on that?
Yeah, for the most part, we do have a pretty easy schedule other than the division rivals. We play teams like Arizona, Buffalo, Tampa Bay. We do play the Jets this year. And we play the Dolphins. That's gonna be pretty cool. So, we do have a pretty easy schedule. We do have games like, for example, Chicago, New England, Green Bay might be a tough one because for some reason we always have a tough time playing Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, honestly, optimistically, if this was a year that I really wanted us to compete, maybe 8-8, maybe 9-7. But I'm all in on the tank. So let's go 2-14, guys. Come on, bring it home.
Hey, before I get into the Jet schedule, Boo, do you want to make a gentleman's bet on our game?
Actually, I will because I feel like regardless of how we do, we're just gonna show up against y'all.
I mean, it's always a shootout when we play. Like last time, hey,
Before
you remember what happened last time? The end of the game, we weren't.
In preseason.
Nah, the last time we played in regular season when we had Brandon Marshall.
I don't recall that, honestly.
You wouldn't recall that.
I remember Victor Cruz. I remember Victor Cruz going off on y'all a couple years ago. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, he went off. But no, all right. So how about this? Loser has to wear the winner's jersey for a day.
Oh, you get the fuck out of here. That's what you could do.
That's a gentleman's bet.
That's what you could do. You could take that bet to hell. I'm not doing that shit.
Damn.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not doing that. No. How about this? Loser buys winner. Loser buys winner packies. How about that?
Let's add it to the jersey.
I'm not wearing another team's jersey.
Losers gotta buy the winner packies in the winner's jersey.
No pictures.
I can't promise anything.
Oh.
I can't probably because you know damn well that you'd probably take a picture of me in your team's jersey if
I wouldn't because guess what? I'm a good friend and it's gonna be burned into my memory forever. So I don't care if the world sees it.
But look, a bet is a bet, man. I'm a man of my word. If I tell you,
fuck it, whatever. Yes, all right, bet.
All right. So wait, which bet are we taking? The loser buys the winner packies in the winner's jersey.
In the jersey, and it's gonna be my Odell jersey because I'm not wearing it all year.
Oh.
All right. Respect. All right, y'all heard it here first.
Real quick to all our viewers, neither of them are gentlemen, so the whole gentleman's bet thing is out the window.
Oh, this guy.
Oh, first of all, we are quite gentlemanly.
Very.
Is that the you get it?
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, let's make up words. That's fine.
You know what I do.
Indubitably.
Gentleman, like. Man, get to the Jet schedule.
So the Jet schedule, we start out. Oh, it's not. Hold on, give me 1 second.
All right, Jay.
Nah, because I went to Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report has last year's schedule, and I caught on to it because I was like, wait a minute. This one we started out on Monday Night Football versus Lions last year, and it was last year's schedule. So now, give me 1 second. Un momento, por favor.
We start week 1 against Buffalo.
Yep.
And then he got week 2 against Cleveland.
Yep. Week 3 versus the Pats.
Yep.
Week 4 versus the Eagles. Oh no, week 4 we have a bye week. Week 5 is versus the Eagles. Week 6 is the Cowboys. 7 Patriots. Week 8 is the Jags. Week 9 is the Dolphins. Week 10 is our gentleman's bet versus the Giants. Then we play the Redskins after that.
Fool taking that bet.
Huh?
So he is a fool for taking that bet.
A fool of my pride, Joe. That's all I got.
A fool's fool. You want us to go 2-14? You want us to win that game?
That's going to be one of the two.
No. One against the Cowboys, one against the Eagles. That's all I want.
So
all right, we're gonna go 3-13.
So after we play the Giants, we play the Redskins, Raiders, Bengals, Dolphins, Ravens, Steelers. That's a big matchup. Le'Veon's excited about that one. And then we close out the season versus
Against who?
The Bills.
Yeah, so other than the Ravens, all that stretch after the Giants is basically a cakewalk. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I do not believe the hype in Pittsburgh next year. I think Pittsburgh is gonna have a fall from grace.
Well, I'm gonna let you know right now. I'll never take the Dolphins lightly in the season, so that's definitely gonna be a tough game because no matter how good or shitty either team is, they bring it every year versus each other.
No. I don't know. I still think you're dumb for taking that bet. That's a horrible bet to take. But
A fool of my pride, Joe.
I I don't want to talk to you right now. Just keep the mic meter the time we're here.
Hey, but if I win, I look like a hero, huh?
If you win,
I held the flag, huh?
I'm gonna praise you, honestly.
Hey,
If you
so
win, I'm gonna be on here next episode. That the following week, the episode. I knew it. I knew it all along. I believe.
can we add to the bet that the loser has to wear the winner's jersey on the podcast?
No,
No,
I'm not
you
doing that.
already
No,
shook
now
one.
you're gonna blow the bet altogether.
I'm just asking. I was just asking.
No, we're not doing that. No.
You already shook on it. The viewers already agreed. They already agreed, Kuz.
I was just asking that when I wasn't pushing.
This guy is not a gentleman. You see this guy? He's not a gentleman.
Hey, Abu, just hypothetically, if y'all do is, would you want to wear Leonard Williams jersey or Jamal Adams?
Probably Jamal, honestly. I appreciate you asking me, but
he's a good friend. He's looking out for you.
I'm for sure getting a Jamal Adams jersey and a black jersey for sure, guaranteed.
You got to. You have to.
Have to.
Can't admit they're pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty nice. Real quick before we close out, is there anything else on our minds? We got a hot take. Anything we want to talk about? Last call. We're closing. I'm ringing the bell. The bar's closing. It's 1 o'clock. I'm done. What do you want to talk about? Go.
All right. I don't really got much to talk about. I'm super excited. This fucking guy. I'm really excited for the draft. I think that's going to be super dope. We definitely have some stuff that we're going to be doing for the draft, guys. So definitely pay close attention to our social media. We're going to have some situation set up where we're going to be going live for the draft on our Facebook page. So anybody who's looking for a way to follow the draft, if you're going to be at work or if you're going to be just not at home or around a television, definitely stay tuned to our social media. And we're going to have some more things that you guys can participate in. And, it's going to be cool. We're definitely doing some more stuff over at SportsMart.
Kuz, anything before we close out? Any final remarks? A rant, a hot take, an opinion, a question, a comment, a critique, a criticism? Anything, Kuz? Or do you want to just laugh on the mic? I'm okay with anything. Tell me. Tell me now, Kuz.
Well, opinion-wise, I think you need to calm down. You need to relax. Coming at me a little spicy. I'm just really excited for the draft. I'm hoping that the Jets can somehow get into round 2 at some point. Maybe make a trade up. Maybe package one of our 3rd round picks and Darren Lee to move into the 2nd. Because we need center is still a big need for us. I'm personally not comfortable with Jonathan Harrison at center. I mean, he's a serviceable backup, and he'll get you where we need to go. But I'm not comfortable with him at center.
Well, Kuz, listen. You wanted me to have some more life. Add some more life, right? A little hyper and a little interject today. It's the ginger ale, all right? It's very strong ginger ale. There's no ice in it, so it's just warm and it hurts when it burns when it goes down. It's just nasty. It's not
I ain't never had no ginger ale like that, Joe. I don't know what
ginger ale. Ginger ale. It's
Would you put it in the microwave?
It's very name brand. It's no name brand. It's very rough.
Do you brew your own moonshine? What do you drink?
Whatever gets me through this hour.
I did say to bring a little bit more energy, but towards the entire podcast, not just don't come spicy at me, bro.
Oh my gosh. You give them 10, they want 50. You give them 50, they want 100.
Joe, I'm telling you, Joe, if you walk on water, they're gonna say it's because you can't swim. So don't worry about it.
Well, I mean, I'm black, so I can't swim anyway. So that's a whole different.
All right, okay. Well,
that's a whole other podcast.
Thanks for tuning in to Nosebleed Section. I'll see you guys.
We'll never have a swimming podcast. I'll guarantee you that.
We were doing so good, Joe. Why did we have to get canceled?
Why can't I forgot this is a family show. I forgot.
Oh
I'm
my
so
god.
sorry. I'm sorry.
That damn ginger ale.
It's good. I'll tell you that much. It's really good.
No free ads. No free ads.
No free ads. You see, it's just a white cup. There's nothing here. Oh my gosh. All right.
Nothing to
We're
see.
done. We're done for the night. That's it. It is a week before the NFL draft. I can't sleep because I'm that excited, and I have insomnia. But that's the first of which I'm going to. Oh my god! I'm over here signing off, and you want to come in?
Nah. Because something
You
just
end the
popped
show.
in my
You
head.
end the show then.
Nah, I don't want to end the show, but I gotta ask you, what you got any sleepers in the draft?
I got a lot of sleepers in the draft. I mean, you want a position? I can name you a sleeper. Honestly, it depends on what you want. You know, I've been reading a lot of articles. I love at quarterback, it's hard to find a lot of video on him, but there's this guy. His name's excuse me if I get his name wrong, but I think it's Jacob Dolagata, I believe. He's a quarterback from Central Connecticut State University.
Calm down, Papa Giorgio.
He's about 6'5", 6'6", but a lot of scouts are saying he could be somebody worth taking a flyer on either late in the rounds or being an undrafted free agent. Running back wise, he's definitely not a sleeper, but I just love watching Benny Snell run. I think that kid's an animal. Like to me, he's like the college version of Marshawn Lynch. Like he just runs over. He looks for contact. Like he runs through kids. It's just like disgusting to see, but I love watching it. On the O line, I see Nate Davis. When I was watching, I believe it was the Senior Bowl. I was watching him during the O lineman workouts, and he was holding his own against some of these top senior players, and you had people from top schools going against him. And he held his own. I believe he was from University of UNC Charlotte, I believe, something like that. Him. You have Oli Udo, I believe his name is. He's a tackle from Elon University. He's going to be probably a late round guy. I would take him maybe late 5th, 6th, 7th round, maybe. He could be somebody that can develop into somebody even better later on. He'd be a great project. When I was watching the East-West Shrine game, I saw a lot of kids that I love back there. I saw one kid, Jordan Brailford, from I believe he's from Oregon State. He's a D-end. I saw another kid, BJ Blunt. He's a linebacker / safety, and then people were saying he could play either or. So he could be maybe like your Deion Buchanan or Landon Collins box safety / smaller, undersized linebacker type of kid. So there's so many different kids. I know I saw during the combine people were in love with the kid. I think his name was Cody Ballantyne, I believe. They loved him at corner. There's Montre Hardage at corner. There's so many people that I've just sat down for the first time in a long time, a couple of years, and I've just watched them. And they won't be first, second, third, maybe not even 4th round picks. But I think a lot of these kids, you're seeing a lot of sleepers that are coming out, and I think a lot of them are going to make teams in one way or another, and they're going to find their way into starting roles. I really love Penny Hart. He's an undersized receiver. I think he's about 5'7", but he was lighting people up during the Senior Bowl. I love Amon Marshall. He came from USC. He's from USC corner, but they'll say he could be like a nickel dime corner, maybe even a safety in some situations. There's so many kids. I can go on a whole nother rant for a whole nother episode about these people. But it's just hours of watching games and watching highlight films and just going on YouTube and just looking up all these people, But I can go on and on and on. But if you want, we can dive deeper into that next week. So we got one more episode to go before the draft. We're gonna jump into a lot of different stuff. But Abood, if you're done, Kuz, you're done. I think we're gonna wrap it up for the night. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. This is Nosebleed Section episode 3. We want to do better. The first episode is nearing 100 views. We are so close. Kuz invited everybody and their grandmother to watch it. And they did. They watched the video. They did. I know I was there. I seen it. Please. Yeah, you see that? We watching. You watch us. So please, go out, help us, support us, like, share, comment. Give me a criticism. Tell me my hat looks stupid. I don't care. I'll take it off. I won't wear it next episode. Please watch the video. Give us some views. And if you haven't started watching, why aren't you? Come on now.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, for real. Are you really living?
I like to think we got a nice little chemistry going. We got a good vibe here. There's a lot of great personality in here.
Yeah, the great thing about this show is that we might not have 100% of the facts, but we talk 100% of the bullshit that you and your friends talk in your circle. So keep fucking with us, keep riding with us, and we're gonna keep getting better as we go along.
Yeah, there you go. There you have it. Guys, say goodnight. We're done. On to next week.
Y'all.
Tomorrow and tonight's. We're done. That's it. We're done. I'm going home. I'm gonna take a shower and go to sleep. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.